Hi there, Jason here for the Hagbayon Channel. Let's have another blade feature for this episode. And while we are here at this very nice place, and you can see the Mt Mayon at the backdrop. Really nice, really clear, and majestic. All right. Sadly, my grandmother died a few months earlier, and you know what? My grandmother happened to be a blade collector, and I really wanted to have her blades, particularly the blades that are actually made in this area, in this particular locality here in Bicol. And I got her. She gave the blades to me, but there's this one blade that she really didn't want to give me at that time because she would say that she considered that particular knife as her only companion. Let me show it to you. So this knife. So she would tell me that this was her only companion and her EDC, so to speak. So she didn't want to give this to me at the time, but when she passed away, I grabbed the opportunity. But then this was assigned in her kitchen for a while after she died, and I really was planning to make another blade as a replacement, but somehow because we were really busy at the farm, so I just thought of actually buying a knife, a knife from downtown. So let me feature that particular knife. The knife will serve as the replacement for this very precious vintage knife, formerly owned, the former EDC of my grandmother. So here's the knife. It's called Ying Guns stainless steel knife. Ying Guns. So basically, this is a Chinese-made knife. I was walking downtown when I came across a merchandiser, trying to offer us this knife, along with some freebies. Something like this one, a mini electric massager, really common when you go out. There's lots of people, offering to sell stuff like this with freebies and all that. Actually, they were selling the knife along with other freebies, but at a much higher rate or at a much higher price. But wasn't really interested that time until they gave me a really good deal. So I decided to just get the knife at a very cheap price, and along with it the Super Life massager. So it's a Ying Guns knife, actually a Chinese knife, I think. So they say that this is really very sharp, and when it becomes a little bit dull, you just sharpen it with ice, a block of ice. So it's a very unassuming kitchen knife, machine made, not really freebie to the material used, but it looks like a stainless steel knife. So there, so let us test it. Right, let us now use the knife. According to the sellers, it's really very sharp. So, well, it's a kitchen knife that is supposed to be sharp, because in the kitchen, as they say, a sharper knife is actually safer to use than a dull knife. So let's use the paper test. I rarely use cutting tests nowadays, especially for my own builds. But let's check it out. This is a machine-made blade. So. Wow. It's razor sharp. According to the sellers or to the merchandisers, if this knife gets dull, you sharpen it using a block of ice. So there. indeed it's really very sharp. Ying Guns stainless steel kitchen knife. So, well, not bad for its price. It was a good deal, you know. This knife plus a mini electric massager, which is actually also good for people with hypertension, according to the seller. Right, this will now replace this really precious vintage knife formerly owned by my grandmother, paternal grandmother. I can now keep this for posterity. You know, after she died, we used this knife in our kitchen. So this was assigned in our kitchen for quite some time, for a few months, before we actually decided to actually buy a replacement, so that I can now keep this knife for the Cimarron Armory, or the Minasbad Shop, gallery. Alright, let's now enjoy the rest of the day. Just look at the Mount Mayon at the background, you know, here at the beach. Well, this is actually our place, so well, sometimes I camp here, so I hope you can also you know, come around, you know, also camp in areas like this. Alright, I'm really happy that I can now keep this and lessen the risk of losing this by actually placing this in our kitchen for, you know, kitchen duty. Jason here for the Hagbayon Channel and TMS Talks. Remember, the pen is mightier with the sword, and kitchen knives with massager. Thanks for watching.